Well, I had the greatest job in the history of mankind. I was a TV weatherman. Thank you. Thank you. That's the correct response to that, by the way. No accountability for what I said. Nobody checking the accuracy of the information I was putting out on TV, right? Nobody accusing me of fake news. When was the last time you saw a TV weatherman get canceled? Never. We're above the law. In all actuality, it was a great job. I spent 12 years in it. The last station I worked for was KARE 11. Anybody heard of that? KARE 11? Okay, I got to work beside some greats, Belinda Jensen, Julie Nelson, Randy Shaver, Carla Halt, right? Give Carla a round of applause, yeah? Had a chance to do some amazing things. I got a chance to go live from the Minnesota State Fair. We have the best state fair ever, right? Sorry, Wisconsin, take a back seat. Got a chance to meet celebrities. I even got a chance to meet the greatest rock band in the history of mankind. Any guesses? Any guesses? Hello, any guesses? I'm sorry? AC/DC, great guess, no. Hanson. You guys remember Bop? Sing it with me. Bop, 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 doo bop, bop. God, you guys are good. I love that. If you'd watched me online, if you'd watched me on TV, judging by what you saw, you would have guessed that I was living the dream. You would have guessed that I was on top of the world. In many ways, I was. But there was a story that you wouldn't have heard or seen if you'd watched me on TV. My parents divorced when I was 8 years old. My dad moved 3 states away. I saw him twice a year. The internet would not have told you that I was raised by my mom in a trailer home in southwest Minnesota. She was the youngest of 4 in an alcoholic family. She struggled with anxiety, low self-esteem, depression, fear. My older brother was 10 years senior than me. He struggled with incarceration and addiction when I was a young age. And I'm not blaming my parents, but because of the way that I was raised, I took on a certain mindset. That mindset was that life happens to me, not for me. It's me against the world. I was dealing with adult problems at a young age. I was the one being the parent in my home, trying to encourage my mom, who was usually crying, "Mom, if you go to work today, you're going to feel better. It's going to be a better day." As a result, I became a chronic perfectionist. I was going to try to out-achieve the chaos in my life. It brought me some success, certainly in TV, but at a very high price. And a couple of years ago, I was wondering, why is it that I feel like I'm only giving 15% to the world? Not 15% effort, but 15% of my authentic self, right? There's so much in here, and it wants to come out. My authentic self wants to be displayed for the world, but I'm only at 15%. Why? And something became very apparent a few years ago. It was the way that I was thinking that was holding me back. Just like Katie said just a minute ago, we have 70,000 thoughts per day. If you do the math and account for 8 hours of sleeping, 16 hours of awake time, we're having, on average, 1 thought per second. Now, I know what you're thinking, no pun intended, especially you ladies. We have a lot of ladies in here. You are thinking, there ain't no way men are having 1 thought per second. We are. What we think about is different. That's another topic for another day. Science goes on to tell us that 90% of those thoughts are the same as yesterday. And they're going to be the same as tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. And if our thoughts dictate the results we have in our life, which I believe, we get stuck in play repeat year after year after year. That's where I was. Ancient wisdom says, take every thought captive. Amen? It doesn't say control your thoughts. It says take every thought captive. Write this down if you're taking notes. Thoughts are random. Thinking is not. Thoughts are random. Thinking is not. We need to start to change how we think. If we can change how we think, we can change the results in our life. Amen? Ancient wisdom goes on to say we are transformed. Who wants transformation in 2025? Who wants transformation in their life, their home, their marriage, their business? Amen. So do I. If you want transformation, we need to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. Guys, this is the ultimate cheat code. It's been there for thousands of years. We not only need to change how we think, we need to change how we feel. Guys, you can be unrecognizable 1 year from today. You don't even recognize your life. But to do that, you need to figure out who you are in your most authentic form. You need to picture yourself. Where is your superpower, your genius coming into full display for the world to see? Who is that person? Once you identify that person, you feel it. You feel him or her. And that will project you down that path and will propel you to your most authentic self. I guarantee you, you will have the biggest year of your life in your home and in your company if you do these things, I kid you not. We not only need to think about what we're thinking about, how we're feeling, it's how we act. We need to change our actions. I'm going to give you 4 of them. Write them down if you're taking notes. Number 1, we need to take bold action. Bold action. What is going to be your bold action for 2025? Where are you going to take bold action? Number 2, where are you going to take inspired action? That's why you need to know what your authentic self is. Cause greater than self. Take action in alignment with that. You need to take inspired action. Take inspired action. And lastly, you need to take messy action. Get in the game. You don't know every single point along the way. You may only need point number 1. Take it. Then point 2 will be given to you. When you do these things, it sparks the divine, whether you call him God, the universe, divine, whatever, that the student is ready, and you will see the caps begin to come off your life. Okay? Where do you start? You make a decision. I made a decision 3 years ago, January 1st, 2022. I decided I was not going to live in fear and in defense anymore. And the caps started coming off my life, and information that was always there started to get into me and absorb me and change the inner man. That's what I'm trying to inspire you today. That's the invitation. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I've got 3 minutes left. I'm not making this up. This is 100% true. I just launched a book 3 weeks ago. 1 week ago tomorrow, my identity was stolen. Bank accounts, driver's license number, lost money, whole bit. I'm happy to report most of everything is put back. My identity is secure. That's good. Tuesday was probably the worst day of my life. If you've ever gone through this, it's terrifying. I didn't sleep Tuesday night. I called my friend Craig, who lives out in New York City, on Wednesday morning. I said, Craig, talk to me, man. I'm dying here. He said to me this, I kid you not, the true story. He said, without hesitation, he said, Jerrid, this is going to be the best thing that ever happens to you. I go, don't BS me, Craig. I'm not in the mood. He goes, I guarantee it. He goes, we'll laugh about this someday. There is something so profound in store for you. Buckle up. He went on to say this. Be flattered by your challenges. Be flattered when you are facing massive challenges. That is how much the divine loves you and wants you to expand. When I got that in my soul, it changed my mindset. It's still a struggle today. By the way, my Facebook page is gone. I would normally tell you to follow me on Facebook. It's gone. If you find it, let me know. My Instagram is there. I can't get into it. I'm hanging on the LinkedIn by a thread, right? But if you can get this in your soul, your authentic self will come through and there will be transformation people. This is who you want working in your companies. Fully alive, fully awake, fully authentic. That's my platform. That's my purpose. That's my mission. I'll leave you with this one last quick story. Another question I want you to consider in 2025 is what else is possible? What else is possible? For years, my wife and my 3 children wanted more kids. But remember, I lived in fear and scarcity. I was terrified, right? And I didn't understand the proposition. I was too afraid. And then as I went through my own transformation over the last few years, the fog came off my eyes. And all of a sudden, the proposition of having more children looked great. Bada bing, bada boom. What do you think popped into my world 9 months later? No. God, who said that? Don't say that. No. I have a new baby boy. I'm 46 years old, have a 1-year-old at home. He is a life-altering moment. He was a result of a transformation of the inner man that I stand before you, a transformed being. I never thought that would be possible, and it is. Always ask the question, what else is possible? There's always more for you in your personal life, your professional life, in your companies. That is a guarantee if you decide and make the decision. God, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.